Why, hello and welcome everyone to the social distancing happy hour. I'm your host of the evening, Waller's Wallet. First off, how's everyone doing? It's been, I feel like, a long month here at home. Well, not really that long. So it's been pretty busy here. We finally are starting to really settle in. Also, let me know how the audio is, everyone. It's my current setup, but sometimes it feels like it comes in and out. But we're settling in with 2 kids now. We're starting to get into the rhythm of things. And if you haven't noticed, I'm still going full steam ahead on the YouTube channel. And I think I'm posting videos like every 2 to 3 days right now. So I am just grinding away, keep getting out, trying to keep content coming out consistently. I still have a long list of videos I need to get done. Like the typical video I do with those 5% rotating categories. I always do like a roundup of those and post that out. And then I actually have a few wallet reviews I need to do as well. I had a couple companies send me a couple of wallets, which I was actually shocked and really grateful for them to do, because I think wallets are actually a pretty interesting topic because I like different wallets. And if they were willing to send me some, I'm very happy to do that. So be on the lookout for a couple of reviews about those. If you'd like to see more reviews of wallets, be sure to let me know because it's a new topic for me to do and new topic to discuss with all of you. So let me know about if you want to see more of that. And then before we let's touch on a few topics before we get into the Q&A right now. So be sure to ask your questions. The Q&A is really what I enjoy about doing these live streams, is really interacting with all of you. So be sure to ask your questions because I will get to those as we get through these things. So also, I want to give a big thanks and shout out to all the new people who've joined my membership here on the channel. I really do appreciate it. And the people who are the gold level members, we just had a live stream just the other week, and there were only I think we had 2 or 3 people in that live stream as well. So that's a much smaller group of a much smaller where you get more personal time as well. So you know what? Let me get into the topics before we get into our Q&A. So first off, let's talk about Chase business cards. There's been some rumors about them possibly easing up applications for people. And I think this really made headlines for people back recently when the affiliates, channel affiliates were coming back into for people. So if you don't know, Chase pulled the affiliate marketing on the Inc. cards and the Southwest business cards, pretty much all their business cards for the affiliate channels back in March or April. And in them doing this, they really tightened up applications across the board. And now with them adding it back into the channels for affiliates, this makes people believe Chase is easing up those applications for business cards. And they just might be. According to some comments I've seen, as well as over on Doctor of Credit, there have been more approvals for people, but there are still plenty of rejections. And to really understand how Chase is approving applications or business applications for people, I really think we need more data points for these. Do these people who are being approved have businesses over so many years? Do they have a certain income? Do they already have a banking relationship? There's just a lot of questions. And I've seen people saying that they were approved, but didn't give any further information. And then, how's everyone doing? Let me chop in here real fast. What's going on, everybody? Fernando, Ben, Dan. Wow, a lot of you guys are here. Witch workers. What's going on, everyone? All right. But, I think I am really happy to see Chase possibly easing up these applications, but I still think there are some question marks here. But if Chase is in fact easing up for people, I don't think it's going to be for everyone. I think there could still be some sort of requirements that they're going to have for people, maybe some sort of banking relationship, other factors. Who knows if they're going to allow new sole proprietors get their cards. So I just don't think we're going to see Chase go back to how it was before all this took place and approve people so easily. But we can really hope that they do. So keep an eye out, though, because if there are more approvals, even for sole proprietors, I'll be sure to let you know. Next, I want to talk about a targeted Southwest credit card offer, and I think it's actually pretty good. I haven't seen this mentioned anywhere else, but I did get information on this, that there is a targeted Southwest credit card offer going around where you would get 30,000 points up front, but you'd also get the companion pass through the end of 2021 after a $4,000 spend. Now, this actually isn't too bad of an offer. They did something similar like this a few years, was it like a year and a half, 2 years ago? And right now, travel is still quite low. So you're really probably not going to use this, or I would think a lot of people aren't going to use this till at least 2021 anyways. So basically, I look at this as getting a full year of the companion pass if you're to start traveling in 2021. Now, if you don't know how to earn the companion pass, typically you now need, 125,000 points in order to get the companion pass. Usually that's with a business card as well as a personal Southwest card. But with Chase really tightening up the screws on business applications, this was a lot harder for people. So this may be a nice, easy way for people to get that companion pass, even if it is only for 1 year. And I've definitely been on the idea and fence or the thought process that we will see some sort of changes along the way for how easy it is for people to earn the companion pass with credit card bonuses. So if you're someone in the market who's looking for maybe 1 year to try it out, this could be an option for you. But just remember, there are restrictions with Southwest credit cards after you earn that bonus. All right, now and then one other thing before you get into the Q&A is the X1 card. That's actually a video I just did the other day. It's been getting a lot of attention across the board from the people who've made videos on other channels and blog posts about it. And it seems people either really love the card or they hate it. I actually moved up quite a bit on the queue for this card when people joined the wait list. So thank you for you doing that. And I'm still on the fence if I would even apply for the card. I think it's very interesting. But like I said in the video, the redemptions for the card, as well as, the sustainability of the card, I would really hate to sign up for it to only have, cut out Forex 6 or 7 months down the road. So I'm hopeful it'll actually be a decent card and they do expand what they said they are going to do. And I'm waiting to hear back for some more information from them as well, because these tech companies that are getting in here are kind of disrupting things, could make it better for the bigger banks, or could make bigger banks make some adjustments and implement some of these factors as well, which wouldn't be so bad to see. I do like the security factors on the card. And also, before we get into the Q&A, do you guys smell that? That's right. New card came in the other day, so I'm really excited about that. That video will be coming out soon. I did post a picture in my Facebook group, and I had some detectives in there trying to figure out which card it was. So let's get into some Q&A though. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and show that. Oh, I'm right now working on, I have my iPad. Oh, why is that doing that? There we go. Set up as a sidecar right now. So here we go. Fernando, done my A card. They wouldn't even play ball. It's interesting, Fernando. I believe it's the Aviator white or blue that is fee free. So I'm shocked they wouldn't even let you downgrade that card. What's going on, Joseph? How you doing tonight? Otto is upstairs with mom right now, Fernando. He is hopefully sleeping. I don't even know if she's watching the live chat, but if she is, pretty sure he's sleeping right now. At least I hope he's sleeping. Let's see. Graphite, thank you so much for coming by, man. I really do appreciate you coming to the live stream. Why is his name green? So I believe Joseph's name is green because he's a member of the YouTube community, or the YouTube member. He is a member of my YouTube memberships. I think you'll see as well that he has a badge next to his name. So anybody who's a member of the channel has a badge in their name. I believe is a different color as well. This one's great. La Lindo, thank you so much. Let's see. Try Herschel's Charlie's Wallet. My favorite. I will look into that one. I love trying out different wallets. I have my Segrid wallet. I have this wallet I had for plenty of years. It's actually one I bought off Etsy. It was actually really good. It was a handmade leather one. Worked out really well, but I just enjoy trying out different wallets. And there's a couple interesting features with some of these wallets here, especially this one here, that I'm really excited to talk about. Let's see. Secondary channel Waller's wallets. I would love to get to a point where actually I have wallets for people to use. I don't know, just it would jive well with the channel, right? Let's see what's going on, Tyree. Hey Edgar, what's going on? Where's Sebby's not here, is he? Let's see. I have a question. I have a couple of cards I use Amazon allowances to keep my less used cards active. Amazon did away with allowances. Do you know an alternative? I believe you can still reload though, maybe not with allowances, but I believe reload and anything, or if that's not working for you as well, you can just buy like a pack of gum at the grocery store for $1 and that should help. And that would keep activity on there. So if you can't do it online, you have to kind of go in store unless somebody else knows of a quick, easy way to buy something in low denominations to keep it active. What's going on, Witch Worker? Let's see. Is it common for Chase to not automatically approve you? I already have the Freedom Unlimited. We will let you know email. Applied for the Freedom. It depends on a number of factors, Abner. One, it could be the fact that maybe you have maxed out your credit with Chase, and what you need to do is either call to say, hey, can I move credit from one card to the next? At which point they would do that. It could be too that it's not really, if you already have an account with them, I don't believe that they would do like it, not automatically prove unless there's some looking at something else. So something tells me either A, maybe you have enough applications recently or something else is going on. Maybe you want to give them a call. It can never hurt, as far as recon, and just try to talk your way into an approval. Or they could just be backed up to where they're going to approve it anyways. What's going on, James? Let's see. Jesus. Love it. Just happy you didn't jump on the stimulus bandwagon like everyone else. Those guys that are doing the stimulus stuff are grinding away. I think, David over at Wise Flies, David at Travel Explore Click, those guys are grinding away. So then they've been doing their thing on it. But, I'm enjoying the credit card topics, and that's where I'm going to stay, as a whole. Let's see. Did I jump on? Did I get the Flex card? So I'm actually going to be converting over my Freedom card over to a Freedom Flex, but I'm not going to wait. I'm going to wait until Q4 starts because from what I was seeing, the Flex isn't getting Q3 categories, and I still am spending stuff on Amazon right now. So I'm going to wait till Q4 and convert that. I'm actually going to try to get 2 of them if possible. So there will probably be a video on that if I can actually do it. So I'm going to try to see if I can work it my way into getting 2 Flex cards. That'd just be a fun thing to do. Let's see. Love that you're getting right into it. Many of these live shows pretend they have some tech difficulties, give shout outs, wait 15 minutes. Ain't nobody got time for that, man. Nobody's got time for that. So, Fernando, thank you so much for the super chat for Otto's diaper fund. I appreciate that. That boy is going through so many diapers. It's not even funny, but we are starting to switch over to like the cloth reusable diapers, but man, he goes through them so fast. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Dan, I just, I've always liked to get straight into things with people, even in the videos I do. I don't think I give a lot of extra fluff in them, and I just get right to it. Better for you. And that's just how it should be. Let's see. I hope Chase eases up. I'll be looking to another card for them in a few months. What card are you looking to get, Ben? I'm interested to see if they refresh any of their ink cards. We've seen a lot of movement on their personal side. I'm curious if they'll do anything with their business side to kind of grab people. Because as of right now, there's no reason to have like the ink preferred is way better than Sapphire preferred. And that I would wonder if they're going to maybe introduce like almost like a business platinum competitor. That would be a very interesting thing for Chase to implement. Let's see. Joel says, thanks for not following us in his package videos. You're welcome, Joel. Thanks for coming in and watching the channel, man. I appreciate it. Can I do a video reminding people follow the best practices for final internet security, unique passwords, each account? Ryan, I can add that to my list of things to do, especially with everything going on in the world with breaches happening, I feel like all the time. That'd be a good video. I will add it to the list. What's going on, hip to the hip to the hip? How you doing, man? Let's see. Which worker says, I have 2 Freedom cards. Should I apply for the Freedom Flex for the bonus or convert one to my Freedoms? Well, if you're eligible for a bonus, I would probably go for it if you're under 524 and you are looking for a bonus. And right now you are getting that 5X at grocery stores as well, which I think will continue for at least a handful, for probably 6 to 8 weeks is in my thought process. But if you're looking for a bonus, I'd go for it. I mean, it can't hurt. It's a decent bonus, especially with that 5X grocery spend if you spend a lot on groceries. Is that, let's see, what's my flex card, James? I don't think I'm understanding your question, man. My flex card? No. Okay. Let's see. Dan says, how did you decide to start a channel? Exposing yourself must be daunting on any platform or categories. Why did you choose credit cards? Dan, that is a good question, and thank you for asking. So I decided to start a YouTube channel. I'd been in the blog world for a handful of years, and I was blogging I was just doing a lot of blogging. And then I started doing some video chats with some friends and families about credit cards and how to maximize their topics or how to maximize their credit cards and their spend, make sure they're earning rewards of some capacity. Because anytime you're spending money, I just felt you should be earning rewards for those. And we had a friend of ours who said I should just decide, he said, you should start a YouTube channel and just give it a shot. And I never had really intentions of doing that because I never thought of myself as someone who could talk on camera or feel comfortable doing that. So I really didn't think about it I didn't really give it any serious thought for a while, but then it kind of grew on me. And what did I have to lose? I could give it a shot. If I didn't like it, I didn't have to keep doing it. If I enjoyed it, keep going about it. And I do like it. I do love the whole process of creating the videos and editing. Well, editing sometimes can be a pain in the butt, but editing the videos as well as this interaction I get with people. And then as far as credit cards, I've been into credit card rewards for years now, for quite a while. And I just felt it was a good way because I wanted to show people that you could travel and not necessarily break the bank, because there's this myth or this thought process that travel's expensive for people. And it didn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. You can make travel as cheap as you want with these rewards, or just planning accordingly, or maybe changing your destination. And then using these tools you have, such as your credit card rewards, or some promotions out there for paid stays, could really work. But for me, I just want to show people how they can travel. I think that's one thing I've commonly seen from people is they just want a weekend away. Most people don't get, I think one thing I see with bloggers or even YouTube channels is that not everyone has the same amount of vacation time or can just get up and go at the drop of a hat. So people plan out for their 1 or 2 weeks of vacation, maybe longer if they have it, per year. And to show people that, you can take your family of 4 for a long weekend or a week to, some island in the Caribbean at very little out of pocket to enjoy those memories and make those memories, is really what keeps driving me. Long answer, but that's really why I have done it. And I love it. I absolutely love this stuff and hope to do it for a long, long time. Let's see. Let's see. Iceman says, "Hey Waller, don't know if you answered this. What counts as PayPal purchases? The 5x of Flex. Does pay with PayPal count?" Yep. When you go through an online, when you're online paying for something, you use PayPal. That should work. I don't think the PayPal mobile wallet app actually qualifies for that, but there's so many retailers that accept PayPal. It should be very easy. Same thing with Discover right now in Q3. Let's see. Brock says, "Heading to Bangor in a few weeks for a wedding. Any places you recommend checking out?" Oh, let's see. Are you looking for food places or just places to see, Brock? There's a few places that are actually pretty decent for food up here. We have a good beer scene as well. I would say there's a lot of good craft brews up here. And then if you're looking for a decent place, if you can get out of the Bangor area and go toward the Bar Harbor or Katy area, that's really nice as well. Let's see. Mark says, "Business award availability on SkyTeam Partners for Europe 2021 seems limited. Would you book now or wait to see if availability opens up?" Mark, if you see something you want to book, I would book it now. There's no guarantee it'll be there in the future. And with travel being lower, will airlines reduce the number of award seats available for people? Some of them are wide open. So it may be that could just be the luck of the draw. So if you see something you want today, I would book it because it may not be there tomorrow. Love the channel's honest and no frills. That's what you're going to get with me, Dan. That's what you're always going to get. Honesty, man. You're always going to get that honesty. All right, let's see. Homemade meatloaf or Baja Fresh? Meatloaf, man. Go meatloaf. Why not? Let's see. Hip says, "I'm moving into my second year of Aviator Red. What are my downgrade options?" Well, Fernando just said at the top that he was not able to downgrade anything, but there is a fee-free version. I think it's the white. It's either the white or the blue. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. That is fee-free. I would look to convert that one or just cancel it if you have no need for it. And let's see. Do I know of any automated alternatives by than pack gum in person? I believe a good one card only. 33, you should be able to switch out cards. I know I've done reloads before where I've switched out cards. That has been what I've done in the past for certain ones. So I would give that a look again just for the reloads. Let's see. I'm getting my flex card soon. Are you excited? I think the flex for me, the Freedom Flex, it sounds good. And I think I mentioned this in one of my videos. It's always great to see extra categories added on, but I just don't think they're as good as some people seem. I think people who are really excited about it are the manufacturer spenders or people who maybe spend a lot of money at drugstores. The 5X of the Chase travel portal, I don't know if I don't see a lot of people doing that when they can maybe use if you're doing that, then it reduces the value of your Sapphire reserve. So, and you're giving up those travel protections as well. It's always good though. I like seeing more options. I'm still waiting to see if they do something with the reserve or preferred, but because by them doing that, it definitely reduces the value of those cards. Let's see. Random question. I recently obtained the Freedom and Freedom Unlimited. I really want the Sapphire Preferred. I know I won't get approved. If my spouse gives a card, can I transfer my points to it? Graphite, yes, you can. You can pool points if you are in the same household, or if you become an authorized user on the Sapphire Preferred, you can just move your points over as well. So yes, you can move your points over to that account. That should not be a problem at all. Do I think the product change from the Freedom to the Freedom Flex is worth it? I absolutely do, especially for the World Elite MasterCard benefits, which you get cell phone protection. I mean, getting up to $800 of cell phone protection is a really solid benefit. The Postmates and the Lyft and things like that you get with World Elite MasterCard as well is really nice. You do still get some travel protections as well, not as great as what you would get with like the Sapphire Reserve, even Preferred, for example. The only people who I've seen mention that they won't be doing that are people who typically shop at Costco. And I completely understand that, especially for that 5% gas quarter. But if you're someone who just shops at Costco anyways, you can still buy gift cards online for Costco using a MasterCard or even Discover card, or really any card, I think it is, and then just use that in store. So there are workarounds there, but I do think it's worth it to do that. What's going on, Poophead? How you doing? Love your name. Let's see. Also, if I'm an authorized user on the Sapphire Preferred, will it show up in my Chase portal? Can I apply for my own Sapphire Preferred? Oh, I want to let it drop it first. So as far as if you're an authorized user, you would book the travel through your wife's account for that uplift, or transfer through hers to your frequent flyer accounts. You can still get your own Sapphire Preferred if you were an authorized user. So that's not going to be a problem. Move this out of the way. So that shouldn't be a problem. And I don't think any dropping it off would be a big deal for you. And you can always call in too if they're saying you're over 524 to say, hey, I'm an authorized user on this account. And typically they will not count that towards your 524 status when you call in. Sometimes it just gets flagged in the automated systems. Marianne, if Waller's Wallet, I'd like to buy one if it's made. I'm thinking about looking into it. I don't even know where to begin to look for someone to help produce those. So keep an eye out for that. That's something I would like to do because I think it just goes hand in hand with the channel, right? Let's see. Louise says, I've been watching channels for a year. It's my first time tuning in live stream. Hope all is well. Thank you so much for this, for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And thanks for watching the channel for the last year. I do appreciate that as well. What's going on, Norman? How you doing? All right, let's see. Ice Wolf says, at what point does Capital One and Barclays stop allowing more cards? Additionally, how long would you wait between number of applications until you tried a US bank application? So Capital One, they don't have any steadfast rules, but typically once you get beyond 5 or 6 cards or a lot of applications, short amount of time, they can be quite stingy. Barclays is more conservative as well. They do have like a 624 rule. So pretty much what is recommended after you get past Chase's 524 rule, you go for a Barclay card so that you can get your Barclay card before moving on to things like American Express or Citi. And then how long would I wait? Depends on the card with US Bank, but they're very conservative as well. If you're going for a card like the Altitude Reserve, I typically say try to have no hard pulls within the last 6 months. Let's see. Robert says, if you're maxed out with Chase, is it better to lower your limits before applying or call the reconsideration to shift credit? You could do either option. If you don't want to talk to a person, have them reduce your credit limits. I've done that in the past and been approved, as opposed to calling and asking to shift around credit and maybe getting a rep who's tougher on the phone. So lowering your limit can definitely be a great way to kind of skirt that there. With Chase, typically they will give you about 50% of your annual income. So if you're someone who makes $100,000 a year, they'll typically give you up to $50,000 of available credit. I know right now they've kind of been cutting limits on people. That's historically what it's been. So if you're someone who's floating around that mark, you could always call in or secure message just to have those reduced. That's a very simple and easy process. Let's see. Probably go. Let's see. Do I have a referral link for the green bonus? I do have that, Diana. I posted it in a video. the other day talking about the increased bonus, but I can post it down as well. Or if you shoot me a message like on my Facebook Messenger or like Instagram, I can send it to you as well. Thank you very much for asking. Let's see. Do you think Chase should make the Sapphire card? Abner says, do you think Chase should make the Sapphire cards better now that they're okay-ish given the new perks for the Freedom card? I do think they need to do something relatively soon because a lot of people are coming up to that 4-year mark on the Sapphire Reserve annual fee. Many people aren't traveling. I think it's really hard. I know they're giving out these credits and I'm earning like 5x on gas stations right now. But I think it's going to be really hard for people to justify that when I can still get 3% back on dining with the Freedom Flex or Freedom Unlimited. I can still get an uplift if I want to travel. And then when I'm ready to travel, I can just upgrade in the future if I want or do something completely different. So I do think they need to do something to kind of keep those people in the wheelhouse, because if not, I think they're going to be looking to get rid of that card. I know I would if the fees outweigh the benefit, it's getting cut in some capacity by me. Let's see. And Brandon says that okay. Let's see. Poopit said I just paid off my business statements, looking to apply for the Freedom Unlimited soon. You know, that's that 1 point. If you're in the Chase ecosystem, 1.5x is going to be very good for you, especially when you couple it with a card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So that is going to be awesome. Good luck in your application. Let's see. Derek says, I've been holding out for the 100,000 Platinum American Express Platinum offer. Got the offer once before. The timing wasn't right. Now I'm going to move my iPad here to answer questions. Now I'm getting 75,000 offer for the gold. Should I just get the gold instead? 75,000 points for the gold. I would go for the gold at 75,000. And the thought process behind this is that you can still get the 100,000 point offer on the Platinum card, even if you have an American Express card. Getting a 100,000 point offer is difficult to begin with. Absolutely. But it's out there, and passing up 75,000 points on the gold card, I think would be really hard. I wouldn't do it because you're typically looking at, 50,000, highest maybe 60,000. I would pull the trigger on that myself. Yes. Let's see. Should I get the Sapphire Reserve or Platinum card? 20-year-old college student who travels at least once a year. Rafaldo, I think one thing that you need to consider with the Sapphire Reserve, because it's a Visa Infinite card, you do need a $10,000 credit limit to be approved. So as a college student, I don't know what your income is right now, but if your income is lower, which like mine was when I was a college student, you may not get approved for that because your credit limit won't be high enough. Platinum card, because it's a charge card, you very well could be approved for that. If you're traveling at least once a year, though, I would really take a look at how often you're going to use those benefits compared to the annual fee. If you're looking for lounge access and you travel once or twice a year, if you're looking to save money as a whole, you could look at a card like the Hilton Surpass, which gives you priority pass lounge access as well. So if you're traveling just once, maybe twice a year, I'm not sure if those cards genuinely will be worth the annual fee outside of year one. But if you're looking at those two, depending on your income, it's really going to kind of dictate where you could go, I think. Let's see. How about 2020 Chase for American Express, featuring Thailand of all the COVID benefits, head-to-head battle of increased bonuses, as well as Shade 9 biz cards and 4-code limit. Yankee, I do think that there will. I do plan to do a Chase 2020 video. I'm waiting to see if Chase updates the Sapphire cards first, because was it like a year and a half ago? I did a video comparing something, and within like a week and a half, a big update came through, and it completely made my video not even relevant anymore. So I'm holding off onto those just because of the fact I think there could be a change coming, and I like to make sure I get one that has a good shelf life, if you will. I see what it is. So James, you'll have to see if it's the flex card here, man. Video should be coming out. I think I'll shoot that video in the next couple days. I have a few videos ahead of it I need to get out, but that one should be coming in very, very shortly. I know it keeps the suspense going, right? Lolito says, do you think American Express will still come out with a high-end? I hate when they do this. Sorry, YouTube always moves out here. Let's see. Lolindo says, do you think American Express will come out with a high-end cards still this year? I think it's the market's going to dictate that. If we're seeing more travel and things are improving here and we're able to travel, I think we could see that, as well as US Bank release that Altitude Connect card. If by chance people still aren't traveling, it could be a very real possibility to be those cards be pushed back to 2021. And we haven't seen much about those American Express cards in a long time. So I'm hoping we see something very shortly about that, but I do think it'll be pushed back a little bit. Chase or American Express? Simplicity, Chase. Value, American Express. Let's see. I recently purchased a BMW. Used a credit card as a down payment for the car. How can I best best flex in the chat? I have a Beamer now. Ben, what Beamer did you get? Let us know what you got down there. And I think it's a great job at using your credit card. We just bought a new car as well, and we also used a credit card for part of the down payment, earned a little bit of rewards. It was nice. All right, James, got to go. Can't wait. Thank you for stopping by, James. I really do appreciate you turning in the live stream and supporting the channel, man. Take care, man. Let's see. Should I get the reserve or the platinum card? Did I just answer that one? Okay, I think I just answered that, Ronaldo. Okay. Let's see. Chris says, I have the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Should I wait to see what they do, if anything, changes made to the Sapphire Preferred before applying for the Unlimited, or do you think they'll still complement each other, even if they don't change the Chase Sapphire Preferred, is what I'm thinking about. So if you're someone who's in the Chase ecosystem, then the Freedom Unlimited card is definitely a card I think you should have, because that 1.5x on non-bonus spend is important. That is a 50% boost over the 1x categories on any of the other cards, except for the Freedom Unlimited. So I would definitely get that card if you are someone who's invested in the Chase ecosystem, because of the fact of that uplift, or those more points you'll earn for non-bonus spend. I think that is very important, because non-bonus spend for some people can be quite substantial, and earning 1.5 points compared to 1 point could be quite a bit of more points. Let's see. Have you considered a few cards on maximizing the best perks? There's a huge focus on maximizing points, but maximizing perks can be huge value too. Phone insurance, purchase protections, etc. I don't think I've done anything like that, Todd. I could definitely add that one to the list, though. I think that would be really good in figuring out ways to which cards would be best for certain benefits. I know I've done like cell phone protection videos, but I can definitely add that one to the list as well. That could be very good as well. You think business cards are getting easier? Can you use PayPal Key or anywhere online? If you're using PayPal, then I mean, just when you're checking out PayPal, that should be fine for those 5x categories. And do I think they're getting easier? I think we need more data points on what does that mean as far as Chase cards getting easier. It could be easier for sole proprietors with income in Chase, or so many years in business. But if you're still selling, if you're just getting started selling stuff on eBay, is Chase going to give you a business card? And I think that's the question mark for me. I just still don't think we know. Let's see. Let's see. Is the American Express Gold worth it in your opinion? From Billy. I think for year one, it definitely is. The big bonus definitely offsets the annual fees. I don't think there's any question anyone can really argue that. I think what it comes down to is how much you're spending in those 4X dining and grocery categories compared to your other options you have in your portfolio of credit or rotation of credit cards, or even no fee cards that you currently have, and see if the value you're getting offsets that annual fee. I think one thing I commonly see people do is, I'm earning 4X and I'm earning all these rewards, but they may have a card that earns 3% cash back, and they're just not spending enough money in those categories to really justify that annual fee. I also don't buy into the fact that it's a $30 annual fee card, because of the fact the airline credit is quite difficult to use. I should rephrase that. There are some people who might actually get it down to $30 because they were going to pay for check bags anyways, and they used Grubhub or whatever, Seamless, whatever it is, to dine out. But if you are adjusting how you do things to use that $10 credit just to use it, it's adjusting things to where you're not typically spending on that anyways. I don't value the food credit at 100%, because food prices can be inflated. To avoid fees you have to go pick up. That costs time. So there are some benefits there. I mean, there are some things there as well, but it just comes down to the cost compared to the options you have, and if the value you're receiving actually gives you more value than the annual fee compared to the other cards you have. Tyree, I'm hoping Chase does something with a Sapphire preferred as well. Let's see. Hey, Waller, where do you get your information before it comes out? I'm not going to tell you that. Just know that anytime I do post anything, I do verify it first. I don't, if I can't verify it, I don't post it, which is why I've had stuff in the videos before where I've even mentioned, like, I've heard rumors of things, but I couldn't verify. I don't want to be that guy posting stuff just for rumors. I know some people do that, completely their prerogative, but I do like to verify stuff first before I do it because, I want to make sure I'm giving proper information. And I believe everything I've said thus far has been correct, and where I get my information from has been accurate. Have I had any experience using purchase protection? Back in the day, I did use Citi's like price rewind function, where basically I would just go on and I would go on and basically put everything in their system, and they would watch the price decrease. And I did that with a TV I bought, and with it, when that happened, they refunded me money, and then Best Buy actually refunded me as well. So I actually like double dipped the refund, and I paid less for a TV. That was many years ago, though. All right. Took advantage of the cell phone protection while rolling a MasterCard. Man, cell phone protection is so valuable. I think that's one benefit that I put more value into than others, because cell phones today, my iPhone is $1,000. You drop and break that's $1,000. You got to come up with that money again. So just having that insurance there with not paying an arm and a leg through Verizon or whoever you use is great. So I think that's a great money saving benefit. Deciding on my next personal card. Let's see. Deciding my next personal card. Top contenders are the Hyatt card at 50,000 points, United at 60, United Club at 100. For me, out of those, personally, I would go Hyatt because I think Hyatt offers the best long-term value. We see United come and go with 60,000, and we've seen the United Infinite card, the club card, come at 100,000 as well. And unless you're traveling right now, I don't know if paying that fee up front is worth it. But for me, I like Hyatt for myself. I just think it offers great long-term value for people. Let's see. You can have your wallet produced with your own brand on them by using Alibaba. I will have to check that out because that'd actually be really cool. Let's see. Rafaldo, Sapphire Reserve, Platinum, or Altitude Reserve. I think it comes back to the if you can get a reserve based on your credit. If you're looking for simplicity, you go reserve. If you're looking for those elevated benefits, you go Platinum card. The Altitude Reserve is a really solid card with a 3x on mobile wallet payments and using 1.5 cents per point through the mobile redemptions. So out of those, I think it just depends on how much work are you looking to do. Do you want someone with transfer partners? If so, do you want to go through the grind to figure out American Express transfer partners, or do you want to just utilize the travel portal and make your life simple? If the answer is you want to dig deep, you go Platinum card because of the increased benefits and better transfer partners. The Sapphire Reserve and Altitude Reserve are going to give you more simplistic options. Have I heard of the credit YouTuber Noble Credit? He has 2 Sapphire Reserves, looking to get a third. He said that he product changes the Freedom and Sapphire Reserve and active use and no annual fee. That's pretty awesome. That's actually pretty awesome because he gets some of those benefits there of that travel credit for it and some of the other things. So that's pretty good. That's a nice benefit. I know, I think we have a few people who watch the channel who are active duty as well. So they get annual fees waived as they should. Let's see. 524 rule. Does a recent hard pull count for that credit increase? It counts physical cards. If you were approved for a card, then that would count toward your 524 status. What Barclay card would you recommend for someone who travels once to twice a year? For Barclay cards, it depends on how you travel, but I do like the American airline cards because it's just a simple bonus to get. One purchase, you get 50 or 60,000 miles. You pay that annual fee up front. That's pretty good. And depending too, the JetBlue card is really good for people. I think that offers pretty good value. Do you think point pooling with Ultimate Rewards is going to end soon? I don't think it'll end soon. There was a survey, God, 2 or 3 years ago from Chase asking people if there was a reduction in transfers from like the Freedom card or other cards, or maybe not allowing pooling from business to personal. Chase has just been giving out so much, and they're just doing so much right now with all these extra benefits. There's got to be a trade-off somewhere. I just don't see them keep offering and giving without taking something away. And I've thought for a while that Chase has looked for some way to reduce their liability with the Ultimate Reward program, and that would be one way to do it. Have I heard of PayPal key getting used for 5% of PayPal? I haven't heard PayPal key getting that, but I also am not 100% sure, so I'll have to take a look at that later on. Rafaldo, man, I think I've answered that a few times. If you travel at least once a year, I think, yeah, I've answered that a few times, man. Let's see. With Danny boy, thank you for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's see. With the American Express family, you can get sign-up offers from a product change, or would you have to cancel the existing card to get a new one? I don't want to reduce the age of my credit by canceling. It depends on the card you have. So, for example, if you have the Hilton card, you can downgrade to the fee-free one, wait, give or take a year. They'll typically offer you an upgrade bonus. You can get the bonus there. And that happens sometimes too with like the gold card or the Delta cards. You don't necessarily have to cancel the card, but it usually happens on upgrades, not downgrades. Let's see. Thomas says, I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but I was thinking get rid of the card. What should I do with all my points to get a lot of value out of them? Tom, I think you have a couple options. One, I wouldn't, if you're planning to stay in Chase as well, you could downgrade the card and keep your points alive till you're ready to use them. You could use the pay yourself back benefit right now, getting 1.5 cents per point, which is like an easy way of cashing out your points. If you're prospectively looking to transfer your points, which is always, I feel like, a double-edged sword, because you could transfer these points now and they can be valuable, but programs can change at any time. I would look at what programs you use historically and what you use frequently, and look to transfer at either to a partner like that or a alliance partner if you're looking for airlines to get the most value. So, for example, if you're someone who flies Delta, I would probably look to go to either Flying Blue or either Virgin Atlantic, depending on how you fly. You know, if you're looking to go to someplace like Hawaii, for example, you could transfer your points, we'll say, to Singapore Airlines to fly on United Metal and save yourself a bunch of money or a bunch of miles in the process. So that's how I would kind of look at that if I was looking to get rid of the card. Ideally, though, if you're planning to stay in this ecosystem, downgrade the card, keep your points alive, and when you're ready to use them, then get yourself a card you can transfer back to partners or use a travel portal for. Alex says, hey, what's going on, Alex? How you doing, man? I'm planning to buy a new house in June or July. Do you recommend applying for a new card? So if you're planning on buying a house, I would probably be more conservative and not be applying for credit cards, just because interest rates are really good. You don't want to screw up a good interest rate by getting yourself a credit card. You know, I love points as much as the next person, but earning a 50,000 point bonus is not worth getting yourself a great interest rate on a house, which is going to save you more money long term. There will always be credit card bonuses to come later down the road. I know when we got the loan for this house, we didn't know we were buying the house at the time, but I had applied for a bunch of cards and actually had to go through and answer why we opened all these cards. And I just had to keep saying, because I really like travel and I don't like to pay full price for it. Assuming I get approved for both, which one? Rafaldo, I would if you're looking at it, I don't know your income for either of those cards. Again, you need a higher credit limit for Sapphire Reserve. I'd go Chase Sapphire Reserve just for the fact of the 524 rule. You can always get out of it later. The i3, Ben, that's a swanky looking car, man. That's a good flex there. We'll give that to you. That's a good one there. Let's see. Are Hilton base point bonus for American Express cards worth the investment? Ketchy says, if you're someone who stays at Hilton's frequently, I think it could be worth the investment for yourself to do that. Especially if you don't have any other cards that could be earning those types of bonuses. So it is that is a nice promotion for the Hilton cards right now. But If you stay holding consistently, bonus points are always great. Let's see. PZ says, thinking about canceling my preferred card, used it for primary travel protections. Other than Chase and other than any other American Express, Chase, no annual fee, low cards you recommend. Have the Surpass, Freedom Unlimited. I think if you can get in with like the Blue Business Plus, for example, that's a solid no fee card from American Express. It is a business card, but 2x membership reward points on all purchases is solid. Let's see. No low annual fees. Trying to think of some other cards. If you're someone who's liking cash back, you do have cards like the Altitude Go, which is 4% back. You know, I'm a big fan of some of the Bank of America cards, but I do have Bank of America status with them. So that those are some cards there. Are there anything you're particularly looking for, PZ? Let me know. Danny Boy, thanks for showing up. Better late than never, man. Thank you just for popping in. I appreciate it. One credit card benefit that you secretly know but haven't made a video on. That'd be a good topic. I have to put that onto the list too. Let's see. How do you know if, Alex says, how do you know if paying using PayPal, using a credit card will be charged a payment and not as a cash advance? That PayPal does charge as a purchase. I don't think I've seen anything saying it charges as a cash advance. I don't think I've ever seen that. So just from data points out there, it should be as a purchase. Oh, I don't know why is it doing this? Sorry. Oh, it won't even. Oh, what the hell? There we go. So 33. The Earth is not flat, man. The Earth is round. I hope you're joking with me. Let's see. What card do you use for non-category domestic spend? Right now, I'm between the Blue Business Plus and the City Double Cash. Freedom and Center seats undervalued now. Ice Wolf, I actually use the Bank of America Premium Reward Credit Card because I get 2.63% back on all my purchases with Bank of America Platinum Honor status. So for me, 2.63% is a killer amount of value. And I believe it gives me more value than, the City Double Cash and the ease of it as well of what I want it for. The Freedom Unlimited just doesn't touch it for me. The Blue Business Plus is a solid card for earning points, but I have quite a few membership reward points in my bank to where I'm not necessarily worried about those point values going up. I have plenty of points to travel for quite a bit of time with those. Let's see, did I see? Alan, thank you so much. Yankee Giant, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's really generous of you. And I will keep pumping out the content. That's just what I do. Let's see. Chase keeps denying my request for the Sapphire Preferred because of too many inquiries. How do I get the Sapphire Preferred or Sapphire Reserve without just doing nothing? Sunho, what you can do, if you have a Chase branch near you, you can walk into a Chase branch and you can see if you're pre-approved in branch. If you are pre-approved in branch, I'm assuming you're over 524. This will get you around 524. The other option is to check online on the website or the mobile app under the Just For You offers. That there again has been bypassing 524. So those are really the only options you have unless you want to, kind of take a break from applying for cards to fall under 524. Lance says, thoughts on business Chase approving more cards. Chase approving more business cards according to Dr. Credit. I talked about this earlier, Lance. I just think we need to see more data points on where we're seeing who's being approved and what are their numbers? How long have they been in business? Are these sole proprietors just starting out? There's still a lot of question marks I have. I just haven't seen those data points yet. It's exciting and hopefully good news. We're seeing Chase ease up, but to what extent are they easing up? Alvin, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it. Popping and sending chat. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you just tuning in. You've been here for a while, so thank you so much. Let's see. Slava says, trying to book a round-trip business class to Turkey on Turkish. ANA charges 88,000 miles at $700. United charges 144,000 and $20. Any middle ground to save miles on? Oh, goodness. Check Aeroplan Aeroplan could be an option for you. And then also Avianca Life Miles. Let's see. My friend's visiting the USA for the first time Thanksgiving. Any place you recommend during these times? We won't drive. Can fly around the US. I mean, that's a very broad question. Are you looking to go somewhere warm, somewhere, in the mountains? I think there's a lot of good places across everywhere to visit. So, Alex, if you give me a little bit more what you're looking for, that would be helpful. Let's see, Joseph, when are you visiting Kansas City, Missouri? Bring the family. I would love to make it out to Kansas City at some point. That's on my list of places to visit. I'll be sure to let you know though, because if I come out that way, we'll be sure to have a meetup, man. Is it true that lowering your Sapphire Reserve preferred credit limit below 5,000 removes the annual fee? There was it the Ritz-Carlton card? There was a loophole not a couple years back where if you reduce it so much, the annual fee would be removed for the first year. I don't know if I've seen it happen for the reserve or the preferred. So my gut says no on this one. I haven't seen anything about that loophole. I would also be very careful trying to manipulate that with Chase, especially in this time when they are willing to shut down accounts. Don't get me wrong, having that annual fee waived and not getting it in the first year is great. You're getting oversized value with the annual fee or with a bonus. I don't know if manipulating Chase is always a good idea. Dan says, I've watched over 100 videos in the last month from Prince, Shufu, Sabi New. They're all good, but I get the most value from your channel. I will say thank you. Dan, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you tuning in and watching, man. I definitely try to put out as best content as I can. So those are some really good creators you put me with, and I do appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much. What other project and businesses do you do outside of YouTube? I stay at home with my son. That's a pretty full-time gig. So outside of this, I mean, I do some freelance writing every now and then. And then I've been working on a course. We're actually doing a webinar on award booking stuff in a couple days. I can put a link to that down below as well. So I stay home with my son and I do my YouTube stuff. I'm really just trying to keep growing the YouTube channel and turn this more into something more. If that makes sense. So just Abby says, so if I want the platinum card in 2-3 years, if I want a platinum card in 2 to 3 years with the most points, would it make sense to get the green, get a bonus, and upgrade to the gold, get a bonus, then upgrade to the platinum, get the bonus? If you're looking to really get a lot of points with American Express, you're definitely going to be opening a lot of cards with them. I would definitely be looking at the green card with this 50,000, the gold card if you can get 60 or 75,000 we've seen. You have the everyday preferred, you have the everyday card, you have the blue business plus, which has bonuses as well that we've seen historically with these. Offer now sucks. I wouldn't get it. And then also I would wait to get one of the platinum cards. You can get the Schwab platinum. You can get the vanilla platinum. There's a lot of different versions. So I don't know if upgrading is going to be the way. It's going to be more so applying for big bonuses, probably through incognito mode, because that's where we're really finding a lot of these big bonuses through. Let's see. First class or Delta. Is first class or Delta One really worth it for the price? We've flown CJ a few. Oh, hey, Chris, how you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Is first class or Delta One really worth the price? I guess it depends on what you're looking for. We've flown first class a couple times. It is nice. I don't typically do it unless it's a longer flight. I've seen the Delta One cabins. I personally have not flown them. I think Sebastian has though, and his review actually looked really good on it. So if you're flying super long, like if I was flying over to Asia, I would totally be flying up in business or first class. It's just a really long haul. Could I survive in coach? Absolutely. And I fly coach 99% of the time. But for those super long haul flights, I do think if you have the means with points to make it happen, why not live it up? Let's see, I'm taking a shot of those guys, but you answer more of the questions I have. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge. I appreciate that, Dan. Those are some good guys, and I know you're not taking shots at them. Those are some top tier creators, and we all have our different spin on things, which is always good. Hal says, what are the best cards to get during a travel drought? Small cashback bonuses like Wells Fargo, Propel card, the Freedom Flex. I think right now. I think there's a couple ways people can look at this. You can go towards the cashback because people aren't traveling. And those bonuses are smaller. And if you're under 524, you're going to use up those 524 slots for some of these smaller cashback cards. Now, I like cashback. I earn it day to day, but I also do realize that these bigger point bonuses have more potential value overall. And while it's a travel drought, you could be looking to earn points for when it is time to travel again. You have a boatload of points because based on the things I've read, if you are someone who travels internationally, international travel is going to take the longest to come back compared to domestic travel. And even just doing just looking at stuff, availability is so wide open right now and into 2021 for award space for economy and business class. If you're someone who's looking to travel and do that, stacking those points now will only be helpful when it is time to come travel again. So if you are looking to travel at some point, still stacking points would kind of be my way to go, unless you're really hurt, unless using these points for financial incentive, maybe you need the money. I would look to stack points if you're someone who's a point earner. Let's see, Icarus. That's awesome, man. 811. That's fantastic. What about the Navy Federal Credit Card? Which one, Norman? I've done a couple reviews on them. I think they're actually pretty decent for people who can get in. I know historically they've had larger credit limits and people like that. I think they've gotten a little bit more strict on that and a little stingier, but I think they're actually pretty decent cards and well-rounded. When's the arm wrestling match between you and Brian Chung? I'm not sure. I think Brian would beat me though. Brian looks like a bigger guy compared to me. I'm like 145, 150 pounds. So, but that would be pretty fun to do either way. Let's see. FBA says aloha from Hawaii. Why, hello. Thanks for tuning in from Hawaii, man. How's the weather out there? Here in Maine, it was, started off at like 31 degrees this morning, got all the way up to about 60, which 60 is a little brisk, but it is pretty nice. Travel protection, I love that benefit. Came in handy. Won't travel without it. Easy, that is a great benefit. Those travel protections, we've had to use them a couple times. I've actually been burnt a couple times using other benefits on other cards. Oh gosh, it was a couple years. Was it a couple years ago? I went to Switzerland with a buddy of mine, and on the way home, our flight was canceled on American Airlines. Not their fault. It was weather related this time, even though American Airlines has their issues. And I booked it on a Delta card because I flew Delta and had credits I needed to use up. And I ended up having to use 50,000 Hilton points to save me like $600. So for the one night. So travel protections are great. I think sometimes they're a very valuable benefit. What's going on, Steven? How you doing? Let's see. Oh, if I'm privately pre-approved for the Chase Sapphire Preferred and Reserve, would a sign up cause a hit to my credit score without a hard inquiry? If you're pre-approved for it, they'll pull your credit once you apply for it. So your credit score will drop a couple of points when that happens. You're talking a couple of points historically. I mean, typically like 3 to 5 points. I've seen some people drop like 15 to 20, but it does bounce back. But if you're looking at it, just looking at the pre-approval, that's a soft pull. That's not going to hurt your credit. Do you think American Express will introduce a personal version of the Blue Business Plus? I'd love to see it. That would really put Chase on notice with the Freedom Unlimited. But I'm not so sure. Wyatt says, how's it going today? I'm doing well, Wyatt. How you doing? Wyatt, also, I want to give a shout out to Wyatt. He helped me set up my Discord group. So thank you very much for that, Wyatt. I really do appreciate that, man. I'm actually enjoying that. The Discord is a lot more user-friendly compared to like Facebook to communicate. Can't tell you how many times I'll get a note. Like I don't get notifications that people like the Facebook group post something. And I don't see stuff for days later, even just floating through because the chronological order for Facebook is off. So Discord is actually really, really nice to be able to go through and see things in a chronological order and see people interacting. So thank you for that, Wyatt. I appreciate it. Since you get 5% on travel with the Freedom Flex, can you transfer those points to the Sapphire Reserve and get the additional 50% of value? Basically around 7.5 points per dollar. Yes, you can do that. The trade-off, though, is if you're booking with the Freedom Flex for the travel through the Chase Travel Portal, you're not getting those travel protection benefits you get with the Sapphire Reserve. So while you can transfer those over at a future time, just know that if you book with the Freedom Flex, you're not getting the same level of protections as you would with the Sapphire Reserve. How you doing, Eduardo? Thank you so much for stopping by. Let's see. Do Do you think Chase will do significant revamp of the Sapphire preferred and reserve only? Or soon, only 50,000 points with reserve. Is not so much travel taking place in the next 6 months. I would hope so. I think with them introducing the Flex and updating the Freedom Unlimited, they need to. The Sapphire Reserve, I've said this in plenty of videos. I think the Sapphire Preferred sucks as a card. It's no longer competitive. It used to be a really great card, but then companies just did more. And I really think Chase needs to do something there. I could see Chase keeping the Sapphire Reserve as is because I think there's going to be a trade-off. If people want those higher multipliers, but they're not willing to give something up. And realistically, while I understand people want that, I don't think people will be happy with the potential trade-offs for a couple extra multipliers. And I think the one thing that drives Chase is simplicity for people. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I get complaints about American Express and how their points aren't worth anything through their travel portal, or their partners are so hard to learn. And it's true, it takes more work. And that's one thing Chase has. But if you're someone who digs in deep and looks better value, Chase is significantly, I think Chase is behind. Their transfer partners just don't do much for me anymore. And I think that if they really hinge a lot on Hyatt. Hyatt is a very successful partner for them. And if Hyatt were to leave, I think Chase Ultimate Rewards fall so far down the ladder for people. It's basically, it has become more of a glorified cashback program right now. Should I apply for a Chase business card right now? Kushal, I think it depends on if you're like, we're seeing more applications be approved. I do think if you're feeling you want to be one of those data points to see if you're approved and you could give information, great. If you're wanting to be more conservative to see if who's getting approved for what, I would hold off. We just don't see who's being approved yet for these. Are you? I keep going back to this. Is it someone with an LLC? Is it a sole proprietor of 20 years? Is it someone who has a 10-year banking relationship with Chase or so much money with Chase? I've just seen people saying the people are getting approved, but I haven't seen the numbers of and what that data means yet. So it depends on if you're wanting to be a data point or not. Be the data point you want to see, right? By the way, I love my Ember mug. It keeps my coffee hot all day. It's great. Let's see. Matt says, do you think it's better for me to apply in branch or Sapphire Reserve or preferred if it does not say I'm pre-approved online? Matt, if you're not pre-approved online and you're over 524, you're definitely going to want to check to see if you're pre-approved in branch. Just applying in branch, if you're not pre-approved, does not get you around 524. You do need to be pre-approved in branch. What's going on, Royce? Thanks for stopping by. What programs would you recommend looking at flights for Cancun? I think it depends on where you live, but Jeff Brownson, he's actually, I think, in the Cancun area. He used Southwest. They were pretty cheap to fly there. If you're, depending on where you're flying from, you have American Airlines. You could use British Airways, Avios. It just depends on where you're flying from. Royce, where are you flying from? Somewhere warm for the first time. Thinking a city would be more memorable. Let's see, Alex. Probably stay away from the West Coast right now, unfortunately. I'd probably stay away from Florida. I don't know. I've heard good things about Austin. I don't know if there's a whole lot of negative things going on in Austin right now. That would be fun. I love New Orleans. I thought New Orleans was a fun time as well. Trying to think, where else could we? Trying to think. You do have the Carolinas as well. Those are very beautiful places. Let's see. I like these lives. Probably so much info. Thank you so much, Mark. I appreciate your name, man. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Use Amex Gold or Delta Gold for booking a ticket on Delta. For me, I'm still going to use the American Express Gold. I get the 3x on airfare purchases. I prefer earning membership reward points over straight Delta miles. So Gold card, no question for me. Let's see. Where did it go? I'm looking to go to Hawaii next year. That's a very popular destination, Eduardo. I've been looking at the best way to use my American Express points to get there from LAX to Kauai. I have about 110,000 membership reward points. So what you could look to do is look at programs like British Airways. You could look at although I don't think this could be changing depending on if when Alaska joins One World. But you could look to use Singapore airline miles to fly on Alaska Airline Metal to fly to Hawaii. Also, you have Southwest as well, and you can redeem those at 1 cent per point. That could potentially be decent depending on the price of the ticket. But I would look at British Airways for sure, and even the Singapore KrisFlyer Alaska Airline partnership. Now, if you were to get Turkish miles, which are a Citi Thank You partner, you could fly that for, especially from the East Coast, it's probably one of the best deals for Hawaii. It's 7,500 miles one way in coach, as well as 12,500 in business class. Like flying from the East Coast to Hawaii for 12,500, that's a killer deal. Would I ever consider going back to pharmacy? I would, and the only thing is it would have to be more of like a work from home position and have a flexible schedule for me to do that so I can continue working on YouTube and being home with the family. Outside of that, I have no interest in it. And even then, I'm kind of apprehensive about it just because I wasn't truly happy in pharmacy. But I would be willing to try like working from home because dealing sometimes with people is not always my strong suit. I've learned I don't necessarily have a great filter at times. So, but outside of that, though, I love what I'm doing now of YouTube and being home with my family. So, it would need to be the perfect position for me to even consider it. Hey, what's going on? Lag Levine. Waldo's here, man. You know, I'll probably do some more fun outfits later on too. So let me know what characters you'd like me to see me dress up as. I think that'd be fun to do. Any other cards you can think of other than the World of Hyatt card to put me at 524? I have a 2% card, some chase cards, including the Sapphire Preferred. Let's see, some other decent chase cards. Are you looking for a chase card, Lance? Because if you are, the Hyatt card would really be the one I think would be good for it, like a good value. And if you're looking at airlines, I think it just depends on which airlines you're going to fly. Icarus says, I have opened and got approved for 2 Bank of America 3% cards, 1 MasterCard, 1 Visa, each with a bonus of 1,000 spend. I did 1,000 spend, got both bonuses. But Bank of America closed both. Oh, no. Do you have a relationship with them, Icarus, or was it? Oh man, that's not nice. I don't know if you're blacklisted from that. Did you give them a call yet? That's pretty. I have heard of Bank of America doing things like that, but if you have a relationship, typically that doesn't happen. And if you met it really quickly, maybe you could call in and try to get them to explain the situation. But that sucks, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. Jeez. Oh, that's like one of my fears. I'm heavily in with Bank of America. That would really irritate me if they did that to me. Does Chase have preferred honors an account like Bank of America? They have their private client, but you don't get any multipliers on the credit cards, Sunho, whenever you do that. How involved is your spouse as a player too? Do you plan to make more videos helping out, Jeez, I can't read tonight. Do you plan to make more videos to help others who have a good P2 strategies? My wife is a very good player too in this game. I open up cards for her and I tell her when cards come in. I've shown that she can trust what I'm doing here. There's never been an issue to where I've ruined her credit or anything like that. So I just open cards for her and she's very open about that. And then what I need to do is say, hey, we need to use this card to make this happen. And my wife is very, very good about that. She's a very good sport. She's a very good sport about all of this because she hears about, I think, all the video topics I'm thinking about, ones that don't even make it to be shown. And she hears about them all the time afterwards. So she's such a good sport about it. The DoD travel card. Which DoD travel card are you talking about, Sunho? Are you saying Bank of America? Question mark. Anyone got a new Chase card lately? I've been waiting for 1 or 2 weeks. I have not. Wait, we have Discord. Where's the link? Let me see. Let's see. I don't know if is Wyatt still here. No. Let me. I can't get it over there right now. But Ben, there is a Discord group. I'll put it down in the description of this video afterwards. I think it is in my Facebook group and it's in the YouTube community tab right now as well. I did post it in the YouTube community tab, so feel free to check that out. But yeah, there is a Discord group, and I'm hoping to see that grow as well. So I think it's a great way to interact with people. Isn't Chase already on blast with the Citi Double Cash allowing cash Back being transferred to points. Personal Blue Business Plus would be the icing on the cake. I don't think, as a standalone card, I don't think the Freedom Unlimited is that great of a card. I think there are better cards out there for people if you're standalone. City Double Cash being able to transfer to points, especially if you hold like the Premier or the Prestige, is a solid duo. Let's see, my P2 has an old Freedom and Freedom Unlimited. Since features are the same, any reason to convert the Freedom to Freedom? Not seeing any reason aside for the MasterCard perks. MasterCard perks would be really the big one, I think, because of those perks are going to be huge. Outside of that, it's the same for it. Let's see. Quick question. Do you think the Sapphire Preferred Reserve are going to be added some benefits? I would hope so. I would hope so. I think that they need to. I think we really need to see when. I mean, I'm hoping that would happen soonish because of these people coming up on the 4-year mark of the Sapphire cards and a lot of annual fees coming in. If I could only use one transfer partner for the rest of my life, who would I choose? That's a good question. As weird as this may sound, I've had a lot of good success with Delta. As a coach flyer, and I go where the opportunities are, I have burnt more Delta miles, I think, than other miles for my flights. With their dynamic pricing, it's a double-edged sword, but if you're open, I've had good success with them. If I'm looking for hotels, though, I'd still go Hyatt. In its current form, I'd go Hyatt for its current form. But one transfer partner, just because I'm so open and I don't necessarily need to fly up front, I'd go Delta. I know it's against the grain of what most people would say, but that's what I'd probably do. Joseph says, I was just about to ask you about your mug. Heat coils. Yeah. So the Ember mug, it has a, let's see if I can get this. It's got the little heat coils here, and it just keeps charging up the battery for me whenever I'm ready to drink coffee. And I think the battery lasts like an hour and a half. And the app lets you turn the temperature to the coffee however hot or cold you want it. I think mine's set to like 130 degrees. So coffee cools down. It keeps it at a nice, comfortable temperature for me to drink because I sip on it for a good chunk of the day. So I'm a big fan of that. I keep getting invites for the Wells Fargo Propel card, but I keep trashing it. I keep hearing it's a good card. Is it? I think it's a pretty well-rounded card, especially if you can complement it with the Visa Signature card. Getting those 3x categories to 4.5% of the travel portal for airfare, and the prices can be different based on availability, and sometimes we've seen prices be inflated as well. But the Propel card, for a no-fee card, has cell phone protection. I know people don't like Wells Fargo because it's Wells Fargo, but as far as a credit card is concerned, I actually think it's a pretty well-rounded card if you're looking for a card that hits a lot of categories and not necessarily wanting to carry a lot of cards. Star Alliance or One World? I'm going Star Alliance. I prefer Star Alliance partners over One World. Marcio says, hey man, would it be smart to establish a relationship with American Express with the green card? I'm at 324 now. Recently got approved for the Flex when it launched. If you're at 324 and you're not looking to maximize any more Chase applications, you could go with the green card with American Express. I would look, if you're looking to maximize applications, I would look to see if there's any cards from Barclays you want and then potentially move over. But at 324, if you're looking for any more Chase cards, I would hold off on American Express because American Express, because they're going to be there for you in that late middle to late game for you. Do I know if ANA miles expire? I think ANA miles do expire. I don't know off the top of my head how long it lasts. For some reason, I'm thinking like 24 months, but I could totally be wrong on that. But I do believe they expire. Let's see. I should mention my comment. Flying from LAX. Let's see. From LAX, you have so many options from LAX, Royce. Yeah, I would definitely look at using, you could look to use British Airways to see the price there, especially with the transfer bonus. You could look to use as well as Virgin Atlantic for Delta. Check Southwest as well as even check Delta, because every once in a while Delta has a really good flash sale to where it just beats out everything else. Hey, Thirsty Line, how you doing? Best cards for Delta Sky Club Access. You have the Platinum card and you have the Delta Reserve. You could also get the Delta Platinum, but it charges you money for it. And it's not, I don't know, if you're going to be there frequently, I would get one of those 2 cards. I get it, man. Work conditions have been terrible for more than a few years. Man, pharmacy just completely killed me. The work conditions, I think, are just so bad. I've said before, it's like fast food, just replacing the food with pills for retail. And in the hospital setting, it's not. I feel like there's too much there's too much red tape to get actually what you want to do done, because like their hospitals are afraid of being sued, so you can't really think for yourself. You have to let them tell you what to think, and that just doesn't work for me. Unfortunately, I've come to know that about myself. That just doesn't work for me. Just applied for the Free to Flex first time with Chase. Do you think it was a good move? If you're getting a solid bonus, great earning categories, I think that it's a good move. Yeah, if you can always get a premium card in the future. Good job getting your foot in the door with Chase. Let's see. I'm located at an American Airlines hub, but I figured the Hyatt credit card is the best value. Not to worry about airline cards. Love the channel. Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner, Lance. Tell me what you think about Rattler, man. I think that kid's going to be good. Thanks for watching the channel. Loud says, which Chase card should I get first, so I don't have to worry about the 524 rule in the future? Don't mind being in the Chase ecosystem either. Loud, if you're looking for, if you're just looking for a no-fee card to get in and get your foot in the door, you have the Freedom. I personally prefer the Freedom, or now the Freedom Flex, over the Freedom Unlimited, because of those 5X categories. And I think that's a good way to get your foot in the door. And then if you're someone looking to travel more so, when you are, the Reserve, I think, is worth that fee for the benefits over the Sapphire Preferred, as well as the increased travel protections. I did contact Bank of America. They said they can't disclose any reasons. Had the card for like 3 weeks. They took all the points. Only time I ever had. That's really interesting, Chris. I wonder if you came out of the gate too hard. I definitely think that's really unfortunate, man. I don't know what to say to that. That's awful. I have heard that of Bank of America. I've never had anybody ever talk about that. That's crazy. Let's see. You may want to double check the Discord link in the community tab. Okay, I'll definitely have to take a look at it. I will post a link down below in the comments here after this video for the Discord group, so people can join as well. But yeah, everyone's welcome over there. Let's see. Got the Sapphire, got the Freedom a few days ago. I'm 424. Should I get the Sapphire Preferred for the 80,000 point bonus? Esteban, I would say, one, you need to wait at least 30 days from that point to get the card. I think rumors on Doctor of Credit said this card should be around, I think one person was told by a rep, be around until about November 8th. Reps sometimes don't always know what they're talking about, but at least it's a somewhat of a data point of an idea. So I would wait at least 30 days. With banks being the way they are, 60 or 90 could be more advantageous as well. But I would wait. But 80,000 Chase points is a lot of value in any point in time. Alberto, you make great videos. The way you speak and deliver in videos make you very relatable. Thank you, Alberto. I appreciate that. Definitely just I just keep, just keep pushing it out, man. And I just feel like being honest with people and upfront and just straight to the point is just how I would appreciate content. I can't tell you how many times I'll watch videos where it's like, I got to fast forward or take the little bar at the bottom and zoom over because they want to just fill up the timeline with space. I understand hitting a certain point for time. I have no issue with that, but fill with something valuable. Not every video is going to be a 10-minute video. I realize that. And it's just hard to do. Let's see. What's my opinion of Southwest as a transfer partner, Coleridge? I think that it's a unique partner to Chase, but the way Southwest points are valued in between that 1.4 to 1.6 cent per point range, it could make using the travel portal a better option. So it's good, it's unique, but when it's hovering right around that mark of some of that uplift, booking through the travel portal or even using your cash back could potentially be a better value because of the fact you'd earn miles as well. So unique, good. But if they devalue the points at some point in time and it's less than 1.5 cents per point, you really would have no use to transfer even if you have the companion pass and you instead of just use a travel portal. Greta Kim says, "Hey, I've been a fan of your channel for a long time. If you could give me a shout out, it'd mean a lot." What's going on, Greta Kim? Thanks for watching the channel, man. Shouting you out, dude. Thanks for watching. No need to. Hey, no worries, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. When you're sponsored for a video, do you continue to use the product long term? How do you decide which products to do a sponsor from? So that's a really good question. So I've received some of these products the other day and I'm actually testing it out. Like I just don't try to take it out of the box and review it because I want to see how it works in day-to-day life. And if it's a product I think would be beneficial for you, it's something I'm interested in. I think wallets make sense because we're always looking at different wallets in this. I think it's you need to hold number of credit cards, maybe a unique feature, security features. And sometimes there are really good products out there that maybe are newer or maybe I don't know about and I'm willing to test it. But I have had people reach out to me for videos and I don't believe in their product, so I turn them down. I won't do sponsored videos of products I think that aren't good or maybe aren't geared towards the audience. I mean, if someone reached out to me for like Nicoderm gum or something, doesn't matter anything. When I did a video on like the Lion credit card, in the comments they asked to send me a card. I have no interest in that because I don't think the Lion credit card's a great product. I have no reason to try to sell that to you when I don't want to use it myself. And if it's not something I would spend my own money on, why on earth would I try to make you spend your money on it? That's just kind of how I approach those things. Let's see. Do you know how long it takes to get out of American Express that you're not eligible for a bonus? That really depends on so many different factors. How much are you spending on the card? How aggressive are you doing this? Some people who follow the rules just get caught up in their algorithm and don't get the bonus. So if you have a bunch of American Express cards, you're not spending on it, spending on those cards could very well help you get out of that. Websites we can find data points on the Chase Inc. approvals over the next few months. Doctor of Credit is going to be a good one. Reddit as well is going to be a good one. How often do you call American Express for retention offers? I call them when annual fees come due on cards that I just when I post to my account. What Chase business card do you recommend to get first? Big bonus wise? Well, it's $15,000 now, but when it was $5,000, I'd say the Inc. Preferred. But I think the Chase Inc. Cash is the most valuable Chase credit card on the market, and I stand by that statement. All right, I'll do a few more questions because we're coming up on what, hour and 24 minutes. All right, I'll do a few more questions because I got to go do my shoulder workout. Let's see. At 424, thinking of applying for business Barclay card A+. Then Hyatt and Altitude Reserve on the same day. Good idea. Any thoughts? If you can meet the minimum spend requirements on those, you probably want to go in a certain order. If you're going for Barclays, you want to get the Barclay business card probably first, then go Altitude Reserve, get an approval there, then go for Hyatt. If that doesn't go in your order and let's say you go pending on a couple of those, but get the Hyatt credit card, it could really throw off some of the other approvals. And in this day and age, I'm not necessarily sure. I mean, it's okay to do multiple apps on the same day, but I think there's just making sure the workflow of getting approvals before you move on to the next card is really, really important. On October, my count comes down to 424 and 212. Should I go for Chase Sapphire Reserve multi double dip or wait till I'm 120? Well, so you could do that double dip, the modified double dip for it. I'm more cautious right now because of the environment the credit card companies are in, and Chase has shut people down. So I think 424 and whatnot, because there are data points that has worked in the past. I'm always just cautious with that because Chase is such a big player to where if it doesn't work for you or maybe they see it. But I would think if you're at 424, I think you'd be fine now. Eduardo there says, you're one of my favorite YouTubers. Thanks for keeping us informed. Latest credit card points and miles news. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind news or the kind words. Thank you so much. Cool tattoos. Thanks, Alexis. I appreciate that. And I don't like metal cards. Sean, I don't like metal cards. They mess up my wallet. I think it's over. I just don't like them. This idea of this, throwing down your metal card to listen to it clink when you're at a restaurant. I'm sorry, man. Like, just doesn't do it for me. um, and I try to use my mobile wallet everywhere I go. Like, I don't need a metal card to junk up my wallet. Like, I actually asked you, U.S. Bank to send me a plastic altitude reserve, and they told me that didn't happen. I was so disappointed. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Capital One? I feel like you never talk about them. Honestly, I've talked about them a few times. I think they're good. I think that their transfer partners are actually decent. I think they need to increase that transfer ratio though to 1-to-1. I like the simplicity of the venture card for people. I think that's a really nice card. I've used it plenty of times myself for it. The Saver card, for somebody who spends big, could be worth it. The Saver One is actually a pretty decent card for people. But I mean, as a whole, they haven't done anything exciting to talk about over the last while. Let's see. You notice in the Chase online earn extra points when you talk to the store. You get more return using the Freedom Unlimited than you do for the Sapphire Preferred. It depends on the JP. It depends on the portal. I always use Cashback Monitor, but the thing with the Chase shopping portal is that you don't need to use a card that it's through. So, for example, if you go through the Chase Freedom portal, you can use a different card and still get rewarded for that. So, go through the portal that earns the highest points and use the card, like the highest portal value, and then use the card that gives you the best return at that merchant. Take care, Joseph. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Jake, bro, what's going on, man? You found Waldo. What's going on? Ben's pretty excited you're here too. Are still doing credit card recommendation requests from your website? I don't know if I have the form still up. I took them down for a bit because I wasn't getting many. And in this market too, with so many banks not approving cards or really tightening up, it just wasn't advantageous to do them. And I plan to do those. I have to look back to see if I turned it back on or not. I haven't looked in a while, but I haven't got any notifications on. And I switched over to MailChimp letting me know, but I haven't received any notifications. So I'll have to take a look. Did you send one in, Alberto? Because if you did, I need to take a look at that because I just haven't gotten any notifications in a while. See, applying for mortgage or applying for a new credit card. What's the impact on your credit score? Any recommendation? If you're applying for a mortgage, like soon, I would hold off on a credit card. There's no reason to try to screw up your mortgage process with rates being ridiculously low for a credit card right now. There will always be big bonuses down the road. Bonuses come and go. Lock in a great mortgage rate and make sure you don't screw that up. Just my opinion there. Let's see. You guys should do like a live credit card debate or something. Community chooses a card for you to both, and you both argue which card's better. That would be a fun one, Jake. That would be fun to do. Love the channel. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate it. Let's see. No. Hey, Sean, it's right here. There's the new card. It's in. Just smelling away. The new video will be coming out here in hopefully the next week or so on it. I have a few videos ahead of it and a few other projects I got to get done first, but that video will be out relatively shortly. Yes, you want to update? Okay, Alberto, shoot me an email. I have to take a look. If you can shoot me an email at wallerswallet@gmail.com, I'll take we can go through a credit card recommendation for you. I apologize if you sent one I didn't get back to you on it. I usually turn those around relatively fast. But I may not have gotten any notifications. I switched because Google Forms wasn't sending me stuff. And if MailChimp's not sending me stuff, I need to find a new way to do things. Let's see. Ambarish. Thank you so much for watching the channel. I really do appreciate it. All right, everyone. I think that may do it for questions for the night. I hope you, yeah, I think that answers all the questions. I think I got through all of them. So I want to thank you all for tuning into the social distancing happy hour. I really do appreciate it. be sure, if you haven't already, you join the Facebook group, check the Discord group. I'm in there pretty actively, as well as we got some great information. I think even, we got some great members in the Facebook group, and the Discord group is slowly growing. So I will try to do this another live here in maybe another month or so, and be on the lookout for more videos, because I think I'll have another video coming Monday. I try to keep it like every 2 to 3 days. So, well, no, not Monday, because today's Sunday, right? It'll probably be Tuesday, because I'm doing this right now. It's probably Tuesday. I'll have another video Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. So that being said, take care, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate the support. And as always, safe travels. Take care.